You better believe that I got tricks up my sleeve, and I captivate, cause I'm powerful and great. You better believe that I got tricks up my sleeve. See me dominate, cause I'm the powerful and great. You think you got what it takes to go toe to toe? I've got more moves than you ever know. I own the stage, I'm all the rage. You're from the past, I'm from the space age. I'm the powerful and great. I'm the powerful and great.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Darkoak React. It's been a while. I have been under a bit of a depression. I lost my job, and I really liked it. If you watched my previous videos, you know that I really loved my job, and it's kind of really hard for me to move on and trying to find another job and another passion. It's really hard, so I didn't really have that much of a reason to react to videos lately. Not with My Little Pony. I just didn't feel like it. There was just too many stuff. But the reason why I'm reacting to this video, and by the way, I won't react to the other videos before this one. The season 7 episode 13 is the episode that I will watch. I will watch the next episodes after this one, but I won't watch the other episodes because I've already seen them during my own time. Sorry, I mean, I tried to film myself. I didn't really like it. Not the episode. I mean my reaction, my own reaction. I didn't like my own reaction to the previous episodes because I was not in it. I was just not feeling it. I was really not feeling it. But this one though is the reason why I want to react to it so much is because the Applejack parents was a big issue of mine. And now I've seen a picture of the supposed episode showing a pony that looks like I'll put a picture here that looks like Apple Bloom, a combination of Apple Bloom and another pony that looks like. Basically what I'm saying is that it looks like Applejack and Big Macintosh and Apple Bloom parents. And I was like, holy shit, they finally decided to talk about it. So we're gonna see Applejack parents in this one. I think. If not, I'll be surprised because that was my conclusion. And yes, I really want to know how did Applejack parents died? If they live in a world full of, you know, friendship, magic and everything like that. So I'm really curious to know what's gonna happen. And you know, what happened to them? Did they die of a disease, of a creature, of anything? I want to know. I really want to know. So of course I know it was a good subject for reactions because I was waiting for this for so long, and finally they decided to talk about it, so now I'm reacting to it. So without further ado, let's start the video in 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, now we got the sound right in my ears. Everything's gonna be okie dokie.
I'm Grandpere.
Welcome to Ponyville.
Ponyville.
You mean welcome back to Ponyville. Grandpere was originally from here before he opened his famous pear jam store in Vancouver.
If he's Apple
Why'd you
Bloom,
move back?
Dad,
Well, I needed a change of pace.
Huh. This is delicious. I can't believe I've gone my whole life without ever having this.
Glad you like it.
How much?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
Thanks, Mr. Grandpere, sir.
grandpère.
It was real nice meeting you.
It's kind of like grand-père, which is grandfather in French. Grand-père is a great father in
Glad you're back,
grandpa.
Sugar Cube. Just in time for breakfast for dinner.
It's a
I got the perfect
wordplay.
topper for flapjacks at the market today.
Hair jam? What were you thinking? Wait, hide it!
What's the big deal? It's just pear jam.
The big deal is that there is a long-standing feud between the apples and the pears.
Yep.
Why?
Why?
A family
Well,
feud.
actually, I'm not really sure.
That's not
you
good.
have any idea, Big Mac?
Nope.
Grudges are
Then I
bad.
guess we should ask Granny?
You should just
Me
move on.
what?
What goes better with apple fritter flapjacks? Caramel syrup or praline?
Praline? Oh, that smells great, Applejack. I'm gonna go wash up for supper.
She didn't realize the big bump.
Listen, Sugar Cube, anytime Big Mac and I ever asked Granny about the feud or the pears, she'd get so upset she couldn't talk. Best not bring it up.
Okay, but that grandpere was really nice to me, even though I'm an apple. I wonder what happened.
Me too. But if we can't ask Granny, I don't know who.
But
We can ask
ask
Goldie
the
Delicious.
pears.
If any pony knows about the feud, it's the family historian.
I'm in. What do you say, Big Mac? Sibling trip first thing tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, if the pears killed Applejack parents, that's a good reason to have a feud. Nah, that can't be it. Can it?
Now that's how you make an entrance. Or is it an exit? Well, anyway, it's so wonderful to see you three. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, Goldie,
Crazy cat
we were
old
hoping
lady.
you could tell us about the feud with the apples and the pears.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, does Granny Smith know you're here?
No, ma'am. But I ran into Grandpere yesterday, and he was real nice. Maybe the feud was a misunderstanding or something, and we can fix it?
Well, I don't know about that, little one, but if it's the story you're after, I suppose you have a right to know. And let's see, I've got a stack of books here someplace. Oh, Happy Family History, Volume 137. Here we are. Feud with the bears. I mean, pears. My eyes ain't what they used to be. A long time ago, Sweet Apple Acres wasn't the only farm in Ponyville. In fact, there was another one just right next door.
Come and get your apples. Nothing sweeter than biting into a crisp apple on a beautiful
Is that
fall
Granny
day.
Smith?
Unless, of course, you could bite into a juicy pear.
Please, pears are just what happens when you ain't no good at farming apples.
Pears are nature's candy. Apples are sour, like the expression on your face right now.
And so it went. Granny and Grandpere were always at each other. And who was the best farmer? Who took better care of their trees? If Granny read to her trees at night...
Oh, Nightmare Moon! She's still on the moon! That's so
Reaches
freaking
and
cool!
reaches up to the moon, and the moon said, good night.
Why, then Grandpere had special blankets made for his trees so they wouldn't get cold.
Good night, trees. I've got you covered.
They're gonna kiss. At the end, they're gonna kiss.
In fact, all the apples and the pears were rivals to the core. The only apple and pear who ever got along were Bright Macintosh and Pear Butter.
I'm not supposed to talk to you.
Oh my gosh, they talk so.
Not supposed to talk to you either.
My gosh,
My mom
babies
says
talk a lot
if you hold a
when they're
buttercup
cute.
under your chin, it'll make your chin glow. But it doesn't work on me. See?
Does it work on me?
It sure does, Buttercup.
Buttercup. I like that name.
Wait an apple picking minute. Bright Mac and Buttercup, those are our parents' names.
Of course, Buttercup was just a nickname your father gave your mother. Pear Butter. Well, that was her given name.
Are you saying our mother was a pear?
Oh no!
So we are half pear?
Can't believe it.
That's
How did we
like
not know?
discovering your half.
No pony
No,
called your
I'm
mother
not
Pear
gonna go
Butter.
there.
What the hell did you just say?
And her cutie mark was a preserved jar, but pear butter don't look too much different from apple butter, so no clues there.
Is there anything else you can tell us about them?
I know they loved each other very much. They had that magical, star-kissed, other side of a rainbow kind of love. You couldn't be around them too long and not feel a little bit lighter than air yourself.
Anything else?
I'd need volume 138 for that. I'm sure I could wrangle it
It's
in a
guarded.
couple of days.
It's guarded by a
That's all right, Gold.
terrifying
Nice just to hear it.
Gepard.
I just remembered something. Your dad and his buddy Burnt Oak would get in all kinds of trouble together as colts.
Burnt Oak? The firewood sales pony? I haven't seen him in ages.
He and your dad were thick as thieves back in the day. Y'all should talk to him.
Oh, oh my gosh. The leopard.
Well, well, if it isn't the apples, what can I do for you? I know you're not here for firewood. You got more trees than any pony in Ponyville.
Now I'm gonna
You're
talk
right.
to you
We're not
about
here for
someone
that.
called the Dude.
I don't know about you, but I take comfort in that.
Come to ask about your dad?
Yep.
Well, I wondered if you might. Hoped you would. It's nice to talk about him. We had a lot of laughs. In fact, this one time, we were racing to see who could till the fastest, and Bright Mac was leaving me in the dust. He would have won, too, if he wasn't so distracted.
Man, Applejack mother is so different.
Pear Butter, what did you do?
I'm not sure.
You didn't do it, sir.
Excuse me?
The water silo. It was my fault.
Well, you owe me a new silo, boy. And you? Come with me. No daughter of mine is gonna make goo-goo eyes at an apple.
Ah, Romeo. It's always like that.
Grandpa never would have known it was your father's fault. But there was no way he'd let your mother take the blame for something he did.
The element of
So Dad was
honesty.
super honest. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh, Applejack?
Your dad worked the apple farm all day and then headed over to the pears on his breaks to fix the water silo. I didn't see him for weeks. Not that he minded. Gave him a chance to get to know your mom.
Did you know our mom, too?
Buttercup was a real peach of a pear. But if you want to know more about her, you should ask Mrs. Cake.
If after all that we don't know
She and
what
your mom are
happened to them,
inseparable when they
I'm
were
gonna be
fillies.
freaking
Then let's
mad.
go. Thanks, Burnt Oak.
Would it be okay if we stop by again sometime to hear more stories?
I'd like that very much.
Hey, Twilight. There was Twilight. Mrs. Cake?
Well, cinnamon sugar on toast. All three apple siblings.
Hi, Mrs. Cake. We heard you and our ma used to be real good friends, and we were hoping you could tell us a bit about her.
Oh, I would love to. I never knew the right time to bring it up, but I'm so glad you came. For starters, did you all know that it was your mom who convinced me to pursue baking? What isn't your your name, Mrs. Cake?
Not always. Back when I was Chiffon Swirl, I had no
they
idea
changed their
what I was
names
supposed to
sometimes.
do.
That kind of makes
But
sense.
One day, your mom brought me some candied pears, eggs, flour, sugar, and vanilla, and told me to just be creative. Next thing I knew, I was whipping up pear upside down cake, and I got my cutie mark. It was like she knew what I was supposed to do long before I did. Just like you, Sugar Cube. Or rather, you're just like her. That was the first of many cakes for
What
me.
about Big Mac?
And
He's
Buttercup
like,
was with me through it
no,
all.
I don't like my
She
parents
could
at
taste
all.
tester, help with the decorating, and prep new ingredients. Over the years, I perfected my recipes. Your mom did so much for me. One day, I wanted to surprise her with a cake.
They look cute.
Oh, it's just you. Sorry. I just brought you a little something to say thank you. But I see you're busy. Promise you won't say anything?
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
What in tarnation are you doing, Bratneck? We do not fraternize with players! You and Bright Mac? Oh, I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Your families hate each other.
I can't help
But-
it. We just sort of happened.
Then
It
Pear Butter
just,
told me
you know,
the
she just
sweetest
saw it
story
before.
I
Why,
have ever heard.
why is she acting so
Happy
surprised?
131,456 hour anniversary, darling.
Aw.
What? That's way longer than we've been together.
I know, but it's the anniversary of the first time I called you Buttercup. It's okay if you didn't get me anything.
Actually, I did.
A guitar? For me? But I don't know how to play.
Quiet, you. We're far apart in every way, but you're the best part of my day. And sure,
They gotta explain how they disappear. You know, like they can't make an entire episode and just leave it like that. Like they just talk about the feud. They talk about, you know, Applejack's parents too. And when I say Applejack parents, I know they're parents to Apple Bloom and Big Mac too, but you know.
Song.
Wow, it's just wow.
Do you like it? Be honest now.
It's the best gift you could have given me.
Seasons change and leaves may fall, but I'll be with you through them all. And rain or shine, you'll
Okay, now I really want to know what happened to them.
always on a prickly path that goes on for miles. You're the only one.
What could have possibly happened?
And you should not blame me too if I can't help falling in love with you.
Oh,
Hey, no fair. I was gonna tell you the same thing.
You're just mad I beat you to it.
I'm
Oh,
telling
wow.
you, I was gonna pull you
she
up,
really
cover
looked
your
cute
eyes,
with the hat.
lead you over here, and say surprise. And then you'd say, "Oh, Bright Mac, I love it." And then I'd say, "I love you." Too bad it didn't work out, though.
Yep, too bad.
The pears are moving.
I mean, I figured the pairs moved, but I didn't know all that stuff happened before with Granny and Grandpa.
It must have been really hard on our parents.
Oh, it was. We're moving to Vancouver? But that's so far.
No.
It's what's best. There's acres of untouched land and a warehouse to make our jams.
It's true that the Canadian equestrians is
Get
way
away
better.
from those gosh darn apples.
Pear Butter
Vancouver.
was devastated.
It's literally
Seeing no
Vancouver.
way out of it, she did what she had to do.
So, that's it?
What do you want me to do, Brat Mac? We're moving. I love you, but I have to stay with my family. Then Bright Mac did the most romantic thing I've ever seen any pony do.
Yeah.
We're gonna need one more pony to tell that story.
Mayor, you knew our parents?
Mare.
Not as well as Mrs. Cake, but I did play a part in their love story. The night before the Pear family moved, Bright Mac asked me to meet him at the edge of Sweet Apple Acres.
Oh, she married them. And her hair is pink.
I'm not sure what we'll do, but I'm sure of us. So sure that I'd marry you today.
I would too.
I think that's my cue. I had the honor of officiating your parents' secret
You
wedding.
see, Luna was
and it
was one of your
Bright
hosts
Mac knew
too.
Buttercup wouldn't want a big splash.
Reminds me of some pony else I know.
Yep.
So they had a special way to seal their vows.
Ah.
I now pronounce you. What is going on? What's with all these hair candles?
Pear Butter, where are you? You're supposed to be packing. What are you two doing?
Ma, Grandpa, Buttercup and I are in love.
What? And we'll be married as soon as Mayor says.
Oh, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Doesn't that feel nice? What are you talking about? Married? You two can't be married.
Finally, something we can agree on. Pear Butter, enough of this nonsense. We're moving, and you gotta stick with your family.
But the apples are my family now, too.
You can't be serious. Are you choosing to be an apple over being a pear?
Are you making me choose?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Then yeah, I guess I am.
Fine.
I can't believe Grandpa just up and left Ma like that. No wonder Granny never told us about any of this. These things are never easy.
And it's hard to know when it is a good time.
It seems to me that now's as good a time as any.
To talk to both our grandparents.
Just don't blast Pear too much.
Excuse me, Grandpa?
I'm Applejack, and this here's Big Macintosh. But you already know who we are, don't you?
Sure do.
Did you
So,
really move to Ponyville?
He's
just
your
for a change of
grandparents?
No.
Technically, yeah.
Then
Yeah, he is your
Because
grandpa.
you're sorry and you want to get to know
He's your
us too?
grandpa.
I'm so sorry. I was just so angry, but I never...
It's in the past, Grandpa. Oh, can I call you Grandpa?
Sure can.
Now, where'd you all get to? I ain't seen Hydra all day. We've been all over, learning about our parents. You have? And our grandfather. So, you're back,
Sure am. Never should have left.
Finding you and learning all about Mom and Dad, I feel like I found a piece of me I didn't even know was missing.
Hearing their story makes me feel closer to them somehow. I'm sorry. I should have told you all about them sooner.
And I should have been here. I can't believe I let a silly feud keep me from my family.
Nothing's keeping you from us now.
Let's not miss anything else.
Applejack's right. Welcome back, prickly old pear.
Thanks, you old crabapple.
Now that we're all together, there's something we want to show you. Mom and Dad left us something to remember them by. Come on!
Okay. They're not gonna talk about it.
Wow. It's beautiful.
It's impossible.
If anything's gonna make it through, it's apples and pears.
Now I wanna eat an apple and a pear. God dang it. They didn't answer my question, but still, it was a really good episode. Alright, so... Alright. I'm really... I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. So, first of all... Alright. Okay, so... They realized that the Apple family's
Now get on with it.
Get on with it.
Yes, get on with it!
Get on with it!
Okay, so let's recapitulate, okay? Apple Bloom see an old man, an old pony, selling some pears, and she's like, "Wow, he's super cool. He gave me stuff, free stuff, and that's super great." And apparently, it turns out that he's her grandpère, which is literally French for grandpa. Well, père, grand-père. In French, we say, "Hey, grand-père," but well, it just sounds the same. Okay, so basically, Apple Bloom is realizing that it's a grandpa and want to know why is there a feud between the apples and the pears, and Granny Smith doesn't want to talk about it, so they decide to talk about it to an old friend of their father, of Applejack father. All three of them decide to investigate, and it turns out that Applejack parents were living a Romeo and Juliet love, forbidden love between the pears and the apples, and eventually they discovered that their parents married themselves without the consent of old grandpère. And that's why there's a feud between the pears and the apples. So, now that this is said, they married and they had children, and that's the end. Like, they realized that in the end, they go see grandpère, and grandpère is old, and he's has a lot of regret doing that. Like, he literally disowned her own daughter. This is really heavy stuff, like a father that disowned her own daughter is it's not funny at all. It's really serious, and he renounced her daughter and leave the farm. His farm probably. I'm not sure if he leaves a farm or if Apple Acres had like a division where there was only pears, and I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it was a farm next to Apple Farm and next to the Apple Farm. Yeah, they said it. I think they said it. And then at the end, the three amigos the three apples decide to pay a visit to Grandpere and forgive him, which is really touching moment because you can actually see that he regrets. He had lots of regrets, and it's really sad that he couldn't like say that before his daughter died. That's even worse because you know when you love someone, you do some stupid shit sometimes, but you never want that to be the last things that they remember, you know, before going, you know, before leaving, you know, forever. He never had the chance probably to say that he was sorry, you know, and that's really, really heavy. But then again, one of my biggest complaints has not been answered, and I fear that it will never be answered. My biggest question was, how did they die? How did the Applejack parents died? Like, it was cool, though. It was really cool to see how Applejack parents look like, because we never saw them before. And we never saw how they were, and, you know, we never knew their personalities. We knew nothing about them. We knew nothing about them. So at least now we know a bit about them. It's like a piece of their life that we now know, but we still don't know one of the biggest mysteries, which is, how did they freaking die? I really want to know that. But anyway, I still enjoyed it. A good episode. And I hope to see more of it. See ya.